If you want to work less hours and help more clients, the answer is probably hiring another dietitian in your private practice. In today's video, I'm going to break down what that looks like because this is a very intimidating topic for many dietitians who are looking to expand their business, but they just don't know where to start in the hiring process. And by the way, this is our team mascot, Hammy. So say hi, Hammy. He is my new puppy, and he's joining us today because if I let him down, he barks and cries. So the first question is, when should you hire people for your business? So a rule of thumb includes if your time is largely focused or occupied in a lot of administrative tasks, that's a pretty clear indicator that it's time to hire somebody. And I've never seen anybody hire too soon. In fact, most of us hire too late. Now, the thing is, the business won't have a chance to survive if you're bogged down by doing admin and tasks that are considered like $10, $20, $100 an hour tasks, because as a business owner, you have an opportunity to do higher revenue generating tasks such as sales, webinars, and really building out the strategy and focusing on business development. So if you're constantly bottlenecked by tasks that are low-level admin tasks, you're going to be holding the business back from growing. So this isn't just about you, it's really about the survival of your business, and you want to be creating a sustainable foundation where your business can carry on for a very long time. Now, in the Dietitian Boss method, I reference the Entrepreneur Scorecard, and this is specifically discussed in our executive program where our dietitian private practice clients are focusing on scaling. Now, in this model, this is a strategy to help you identify what tasks you're doing that fall under the $10 and $100 an hour category. So if you can categorize your tasks and identify what percentage of your time is focused on the lower dollar amount tasks, then you can ideally hire somebody to help you offload and focus then on the higher revenue generating tasks. Now, there's a secret for how to do this, and I'm going to share 2 steps. Firstly, you're going to have to learn how to manage yourself, and that's going to include focus and planning. So every successful practitioner has a plan and they work the plan. And if you don't know how to do that or what that looks like, or you're struggling with planning, we can definitely help. Secondly, you have to hire and learn how to manage. And management is going to require perhaps a new skill set and some leadership skills that you can hone in on with time. Even with a small team, you're still going to have to learn how to manage and lead. Delegation is important, and being able to empower somebody in their role, be clear with the responsibilities that you need them to complete to help move the business forward, is part of every successful business's agenda. And leadership, which essentially means delegating at the highest level, is a pillar of the Dietitian Boss framework. Right, Hammy? So if you're wondering what makes a good hiring process, the first step is recruitment. Also, you're going to need a written process. And if you're anything like me, you might not love documentation, but I will say it's a very important part of your business, especially when you're looking at hiring and growing a sustainable foundation. Now, as you hire more, you can adjust your process, your written process. You can adjust your recruitment strategy, but you're going to need to start out with a baseline. Now, your goal is to progress through stages of business, meaning you start out by launching your business, then you grow, and then you're going to look at maturing your business and finally scaling. And in order for you to progress through the life cycle of a business and keep a business that has a leg to stand on, you're going to need to learn how to hire. Now, there are a lot of steps, and I'm going to share 3 with you. And then again, we offer more support in our program, specifically our executive program and our coaching options. Now, of the first 3 steps, the first step is to write a job description. Now, I can't tell you how many times I see dietitians skipping this step and just saying, I need someone who's an assistant, or I need another dietitian. And if you don't define in a job description what that looks like, then you're going to have a harder time getting a match that's a great fit. So you want to make sure you list out the job description. Now, the second step would be to write a 30, 60, 90-day plan. When you're hiring, those first 90 days of your dietitian being on board are really important, and you want to make sure that you're clear with what the expectations are. Now, I can tell you from experience, this is such an important step. But so is writing a job description, because having the job description is going to dictate that 30, 60, 90-day plan. You also want to, as a step 3, determine your interview questions. Now, some of these are going to be standing interview questions, and some of them will be dependent on the role that you're hiring for. Having interview questions set up and having a process for your hiring strategy is going to help you standardize and streamline your process so that the person that you're interviewing will kind of feel comfortable, and then you have a better chance of getting great candidates. Because remember, when you're interviewing somebody, they're interviewing you too. Secondly, let's talk about values-based recruitment. That's a really important topic. Now, this is a tactic that helps you recruit based on someone's value system. Now, values, if you're not sure what that means, let me know below and I can do another video in depth about what values mean. And that's really going to help you align that the mindset of the person that you're looking to hire will match the DNA of your company. So you want the behaviors of the person to match what you're looking for in the job description and to match the overall feel of your company. So during step 3, you can simply ask a candidate how they align with your values. For example, here at Dietitian Boss, one of our values is balance. So we ask our candidates how they align with that balance and what that means to them, especially because we're heading to a 4-day work week and we want to make sure that our staff has a life outside of business because that'll fit best with how we work. And that role model is great for our clients. Maybe you're wondering, what are examples of company values? Well, a great example of a company that's done a really good job and they're written up in a lot of business schools is Patagonia. And if you're familiar with them, their values are reduce, repair, reuse, recycle, and reimagine, and they support environmentalism. So you can do a quick search and look at how they've created and structured I call it DNA of their company, meaning how do they represent themselves? And you want to think of how you can represent yourself as a company as well, especially when you're looking to hire so you can find someone that's a match. Now, how is the hiring decision made? Now, I just want you to keep in mind that if you don't have a hiring manager, you are the hiring manager. And I'm assuming you're probably the hiring manager right now. Now, later you might be able to fill the role and have a hiring manager on board, but until that's the case, you need to develop these skills. And these are going to be great skills to build an awesome, rock solid foundation in your business. So you're going to need to have an application screening, a screening process, an application process, a lot of processes within processes to help you make sure that you have a documented, formal, written policy. You want to align the answers that you've gotten from the top interviewees and write them down, and then you can reference that after you've completed your interviews and see who would be a top fit based on your values and based on the skill, and you're going to compare that with the job description that you've written that's based on what your company needs. Now, I've only skimmed the surface here. This is a very big topic and there are many pieces. So if you're interested in more videos about hiring, management, and leadership, comment below and I will take your suggestions to heart as I'm looking at developing future videos. Now, if you want to hear about the difference between an employee and a contractor, I suggest you to check out this next video. And if you also want to hear more stories about how we here at Dietitian Boss have supported our clients to hire in their practice, check out this next video. We'll see you next time. Say bye, Hammy. Say bye.